to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Heaven. I am a homeschool mama to a 5-year-old boy named Noah. And if you hear a little bit of grunting in the background, just like that right there, that is my 7-week-old baby girl. She's kind of sitting here with me while I record this video. But we are getting ready for our 2024-2025 homeschool year. And I wanted to take you guys along with me and just kind of see some of the light prep work that I do just a couple of days before we begin a new semester of school. If you are new here, I want to go ahead and just invite you to join the family. Again, my name is Heaven and I'm a motherhood and homemaking blogger as well as a homeschool mama. So here you will find cleaning videos every Sunday as well as another type of homemaking, motherhood, or homeschool video every Thursday of the week. So if you're looking for another mama to connect with, I try to keep it very realistic and relatable and fun and helpful around here. Go ahead and hit the subscription button to join the family. We're getting ready to dive into our Good and the Beautiful first grade curriculum with my 5-year-old son. We were doing some Horizons kindergarten review over the summer, but we finished up our kindergarten preschool curriculum with the Good and the Beautiful sometime around April of this year. So now we are getting started with the Good and the Beautiful first grade curriculum, and I'm really excited. The curriculum looks great, and I went ahead and did a review on it. If you missed it, I'll go ahead and link it in the top corner for you guys and down below as well. So kind of just get a feel for what the next coming weeks are going to look like. I'm jotting a few things down inside of my planner. I'm just going day by day for the next 2 weeks. But as far as the full homeschool year, I did just jot down a few goals that I have for the homeschool year as well as a few themes I want to cover outside of the curriculum. Just kind of like broadly what I want the school semester to look like. But day by day, I'm kind of just going through and seeing what books we're going to be reading for the next 2 weeks. We have an Apple theme that we're going to be covering for the month of the end of August and the month of September. So here are just some of the books that I took out that I want to go ahead and add into our homeschool planner so that we can be sure to incorporate that into our curriculum. So I'm kind of just looking through them and seeing, what's inside of it. Oh, the seeds you can sow. I picked this one up from Amazon, and it pretty much just talks about how you can sow seeds like around the community by like doing something kind or helpful, and then you can see how it grows, just like how you plant an apple seed and then it grows into a big tree with more apples, and then one seed from that apple can be planted for another tree with more apples, and how you can pretty much just spread the kindness. This book requires like that we do like a little bit of an activity, so I want to make sure that I have things on hand when we do that one. And then for the 10 apples up on top Dr. Seuss book, this is actually going to be added to his independent reading library. I ended up choosing How Do Apples Grow to start off the semester. You can learn about like how the apples grow from the seeds to a flower to an apple, and then how you can use like the seeds from that apple and grow new apples basically. But it really does dive fully and in depth of how the flowers grow into the apples, and I love this book. It's actually a little bit probably like more advanced for a preschool or kindergarten or even a first grader, but I'm pretty sure like it's very easy to follow along with, and it just goes beyond just saying plant the seed and grow the tree, so I really love those type of learning books, and that's the one I decided to start the semester with. So I'm just transferring those ideas and what we're going to be doing, the books we're going to be reading and what we're going to be reading it into the planner, and then doing the exact same thing with our devotional because it's something else that we do in addition to the curriculum. So anything that I have to do in addition to our curriculum, those are things that I kind of want to look through and make sure like I pre-plan it because it's not already planned out inside of a course book for me. Adam and Eve is what we're going to be starting the semester with. He knows the story, but I thought it would be good for us to revisit it because, again, we're doing that apple theme, so we're going to be talking about that. And then we also have the matching activity booklet to go along with this devotional. So that is one thing I truly love about this specific Bible reader is that it comes with like coloring pages, activities, crossword puzzles, all types of fun things that you can pair with it. We're going to be doing Moses, which is called A Baby in the Basket. We're going to be doing Joseph in the Colorful Robe, Adam and Eve, just a few different ones that I'm going to add to the planner. And then in addition to that, we have just daily devotionals that we can do that basically is a dated devotional book where you just go to whatever date it is and then you read the devotional for that day. Just a story that we would read, and then sometimes we would do an activity or a song or a video to coincide with it. And again, I'm only doing day by day planning for the next 2 weeks, only because I like to revisit and just check to see and make sure that we are up to date on like what I said we were going to be learning, because you never know when things are going to come up and you have setbacks. I am using the Homeschool Planner by Jennifer Pepito, I believe is how you pronounce it, on Amazon. I'm going to link it below. It's really beautiful. It's undated. It has monthly tabs, a to-do list, goals, meal planning, academic tools. It also has like a home area of planning, a work area of planning. It has a lot of things. You can put like the word of the day in there. And I just really love that it's not dated, because you pretty much just put wherever you are currently in the season or in the year and just go from there. So this is a really good homeschool planner, and I'm going to link it below for you guys just in case you all are interested. Another thing I like to add to my daily planner is the lessons that we're going to be doing for the week, including the ones that's inside of our curriculum. This just helps us to kind of stay on track to meet those goals. We only do science once per week, so right now I'm trying to pick a science lesson for us to do for the next 2 weeks. So I'm using the DK science workbook, which has a lot of hands-on science activities, as well as the Good and the Beautiful Little Hearts and Hands. We've been using this science curriculum for a while now. Again, I'm so sorry for baby girl. She's like using her passy, and I can understand how loud that may be, but you know, this is just mom life, very realistic. So again, I'm here inside the Good and the Beautiful science curriculum that goes up to 3rd grade, and I'm pulling out a lesson that we haven't done yet. I decided to go with the edible plants lesson because we haven't done it yet, and I think it ties right into our apple theme, because we're going to be talking about like planting apples, growing apples, and all the things apples. So this was a perfect one where we just learn about it, we read about it, and then we watch the corresponding movie to go with it on the Good and the Beautiful's YouTube channel. Now I am just going through the rest of the curriculum, the booster cards, the booster books, to see what we're going to be covering that week, as well as which lessons and what the lessons are going to be about, and just in case I want to add anything to go along with it. For instance, if we're going to be doing time for math, we can use our wooden clock. If we're going to be doing spelling words, we can use our spelling paddle. Anything that we might have like any type of hands-on manipulatives for, I would know what it has so that I can go ahead and prepare it. I also do this to make sure we have everything on hand, which we didn't. So I did have to take a trip to the dollar store to get the things we didn't have. I also wanted to see if they had any window decor, like fall themed window decals, like the ones that you just stick on there, because he typically likes to do that, and it's a good and fun way for us to decorate our homeschool window. While I was there, I was just seeing what other little fun learning manipulatives, activities, and decorative things they had in stock. It wasn't a lot. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this store was messy. I guess I just waited too late to check and see what they had in stock, and that was okay because we already pretty much had everything we needed, except the curriculum said we were going to be needing some cotton balls and some cotton swabs, which we do have, but not specifically for school. So I don't really like to mix like home things with school things. I like to keep them separate and organized with everything in its own place. Now, I know that being a homeschool parent isn't the easiest job in the world, but it's definitely very rewarding, and there are some things that we can do to make it a little bit easier. So now that we have a newborn in the house, cooking is very challenging. Sometimes it takes up a lot of time if I have to stop and attend to her if she begins to cry. So I decided to go ahead and make 6 of these waffles that I can slice into 4s, where he can have 2 slices with a side of fruits and yogurt in the morning, and I just put them in the freezer. So here are some apple themed pillowcases that I found on Amazon. I thought these would be perfect for our theme this semester, and because they were so inexpensive, like $5 or less, I can switch them out every time we have a new theme. I also picked up this alphabet rug from Home Depot, and this one was $50, but it's washable, goes perfectly with like the decor inside of this room. So I thought that it would be the perfect addition to make our homeschool room just a little bit more comfy. So what you guys did not see is that we're going to be transforming our front room, which considering we never go in there, instead we're always in our family room, we decided to go ahead and convert it into a learning space. So I'm going to be putting out a video on Sunday just showing you guys how I converted that room. We're still working on it. This is kind of just, where we are right now. So I'm just adding a few things on the bulletin board. I'm just adding a fun and colorful alphabet poster that we already had on hand, as well as some positive affirmations and a time telling poster that we also already had. Kind of just brighten up the space and serve as a reference for him during the school semester. And I'll be able to interchange these, whenever I need to. So from the dollar store, I picked up a dry erase paddle. I thought it would be a fun way to learn his spelling words where he can spell them out on the paddle and wave it in the air. I also found some wooden apples that he can paint. It comes with 8 in the pack, so he can either string them and turn them into a banner or just separately pin them onto the bulletin board. Here are the autumn window clings I decided to go with, and then of course we got the cotton swabs and the cotton balls that they said we were going to be needing. I thought the red cotton swabs would be kind of fun. I also found this paint tray. It's plastic where you kind of just store whatever you're going to be painting, put it right in the middle, and then on the side you put your paint colors and your paintbrush, and it kind of just contains the mess. So I thought that would come in handy soon, so I went ahead and grabbed that as well. One fun way to encourage handwriting and practice manuscript as well as get to know the little guy is by putting like a phrase or a question up on the whiteboard in the morning. So I like to put the date up top so that he can become familiar with what the date is, or looking, at the whiteboard to know what day it is. But I also like to ask a question. For instance, after of course putting like the welcome to first grade Noah, to kind of just make it really fun for him, at the end of the whiteboard I went ahead and put my favorite toy is blank, and then another day it's going to say my favorite color, my favorite superhero, I am such and such years old, I love to play blank, things like that. It just it's something that he looks forward to. It also helps him to learn more about himself and help me to learn more about him so that I can continue to make homeschool more and more fun for him. The more I know about him, the more I'm able to work with when it comes to know what his interests are and making the school year fun for him. So that's one way to not only practice handwriting, but also learn things and make the homeschool day a little bit more interesting. These are all questions that I probably already know the answer to, but he loves telling me about himself. I just have him go ahead and copy what he sees on the whiteboard onto paper so that he practices writing. And because it's like 3 sentences, when it's time for him to write like a 5-sentence paragraph, he will have already had like a little bit of practice with that. So here I have some manuscript paper as well as a lined dry erase board and a blank one, all which he can use to write with. So now I'm just stocking our little bookshelf with the books that we're going to be using for the next 2 weeks, and then I'll revisit it and interchange them, as necessary, depending on what we're going to be doing for the school semester. So up top, I have our science books, and I'm also going to add the DK science workbook. And then on the next shelf, I have all of our Apple themed books. The third shelf is going to have like all of our readers. So the Africa reader, the nature reader from The Good and the Beautiful, the like Dr. Seuss books, and then I'll probably add a few more to that shelf as well. And then on the very bottom, we have his devotionals, his Bible readers, and his Proverbs book. Basically, all I'm doing at this point is just getting everything already ready and set out. This little book holder is going to contain everything we would use in one day. So his devotion activity book, his curriculum books, his handwriting book, all are going to go inside of here, so that all I got to do is just grab them without looking through like a pile of books. Everything else that we might need manipulative wise, like the learning tablet, the booster cards, the booster book, the math manipulatives, are also going to go on the shelf. But I realized that I'm also probably going to go ahead and get like some baskets or storage cubes to make organization a little bit better. But for now, I'm okay with what things are looking like. There are a few more things that I'm going to need to do to transform this space and get ready. But for now, I'm pretty much satisfied with this. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be helpful. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe to join the family. But that's going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.